Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert McClellan, and if this is your first time here, this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and to help you make professional sounding music in a less than professional space. We do that around here with static tutorials, live tutorials, as well as gear reviews, plugin reviews, and pretty much anything else that's audio related that I feel like will help you in your journey to creating better music. Now, if all of that sounds like something that you would find useful, go ahead and consider subscribing while you're here and click that bell icon so that every time I upload a new video or I go live, you'll be the first to know. Likewise, if you have some great music of your own that you would like to share here on the channel with this community, feel free to do so through the monthly song contest. This takes place every single month, and we have all the submissions come in at a specific deadline. We'll then all sit down and listen to those songs together. I'll provide some professional feedback, and then I'll choose a winner. The winner will receive a free mix and master from yours truly, and everyone wins just from the feedback and the community that's being formed. Now, one more thing before we get into today's topic. Throughout the course of this video, there are going to be 5 different codes that look something like this, sprinkled throughout the video at random intervals. When these codes come up, they will be first come, first serve, and they will allow you to go to the HSS store and download a free copy of the Compression Simplified course just for you. Okay, so the YouTuber formalities are out of the way. Now let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, which is one that is very near and dear to my heart, and that being the genre of blues music and how it has helped to shape music history. Now, over the course of the last few months especially, I've really been diving into this as I'm about ready to release a song called The Crossroads. And I know that there are several versions of a song that's called The Crossroads, The Crossroad Blues, and several of them have been made popular, but I wanted to dive that down and just sort of peel that onion back and see, well, where did that all begin? And just like most great songs, it always comes back to a blues root to it. Although my song is shaped and formed a little bit differently than most of the blues genres that have covered this song, the blues itself has really helped to shape what even my song sounds like today. Now, I do realize that this is Black History Month, and this video was not created just simply for that. However, I would be remiss to say that the blues would even be the blues without the African American community, and specifically people like Robert Johnson, in whom we're going to be talking a lot about here in just but a moment. With that being said, almost all of the greatest music that is produced and is on the top of the charts, dating all the way back, like I said, 100 years ago, even until now, has some sort of a blues roots to it. There is something in there that has been drawn out of that area, and it honestly, I mean, you can't really overlook it. It's something that you have to really dive into. Now, whether you're an individual who likes the blues or maybe you're an individual who doesn't, one thing that I would definitely recommend is at least to go back and study the roots of what you do like and find out if its origins are not there. So while sitting down and writing my song, The Crossroads, I came across a lot of different cross references from individuals such as Robert Johnson and Ron Elmore, the band Cream, respectively with Eric Clapton, and so many bands have covered this song that I thought, am I even going to be able to do this without looking like I'm copying them? Now, of course, the lyrical content of my song is completely different from the lyrical content of theirs. And I actually, like I said, have sort of a juxtaposed view in my song from what they're portraying. However, the one thing that I could definitely keep saying over and over again is, wow, there are so many people who have covered this song. And so I had to start asking myself, why? Why have these individuals covered this particular song? So what it all seemed to come down to, the more that I kept diving into this, is that it all kept coming back to this one song and this one individual in particular, Robert Johnson. So let's talk a little bit about Robert Johnson and see exactly why this song had helped to shape the history of the blues. Robert Leroy Johnson was born in May 8th of 1911, and he was an American blues guitarist, a singer, and a songwriter. Now, his landmark recordings were in 1936 and 1937, and they display a combination of singing, guitar skills, and songwriting talent that, like I've already said, has influenced later generations of musicians. He's now recognized as a master of the blues, particularly the Delta blues style. Now, Johnson's poorly documented life and death have given rise to much legend. The one most closely associated with his life is that he sold his soul to the devil at a local crossroads to achieve musical success. Now, the song Crossroad Blues, also known as simply Crossroads, is a blues song that was written and recorded by Johnson in 1936. Johnson performed it as a solo piece with his vocal and an acoustic slide guitar in the Delta blues style. The song has become part of the Robert Johnson mythology as referring to the place where he supposedly sold his soul to the devil in exchange for his musical talents. Now, the thing about this is the lyrics do not actually contain any specific references to him actually selling his soul. Shortly thereafter, however, two other songs were released that became known as the completion of what many have called the Devil's Trio. Respectively, the songs Me and the Devil Blues is a blues song by Robert Johnson, and it tells the story of the singers waking up one morning to the devil knocking on the door, telling him that it's time to go, in his own words. The other song was called Hellhound on My Trail. Johnson recorded this song during his last recording session in Dallas, Texas on Sunday, June 20th of 1937. He participated in only 2 recording sessions, one in San Antonio in 36 and one in Dallas in 1937, that produced 29 distinct songs with 13 surviving alternate takes, recorded by a famed country music Hall of Fame producer, Don Law. Now, these songs recorded at low fidelity in improvised studios were the totality of his recording output. Most were released as 10-inch 78 RPM singles from 1937 to 38, with a few released after his death. Shortly thereafter, bluesman Elmore James revived the song with recordings in 1954 and 1960 to 61. Around the same time, English guitarist Eric Clapton with Cream also popularized the song as Crossroads in the late 1960s. Their blues rock interpretation inspired many cover versions, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame included it as one of the 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. In fact, Rolling Stone placed it at the number 3 on the magazine's list of the greatest guitar songs of all time in recognition of Eric Clapton's guitar work. So in conclusion, I really feel as if Robert Johnson is the one who has helped to shape the blues style the most, not just from his own work, but from the myriad of individuals that he has inspired after him. And so my question for you is, what is your favorite version of the song Crossroads? With that being said, Robert Johnson's original song, as well as the varying covers of that song, have really inspired even myself to write a song as well. And although my song is definitely a lot different in the delivery and the style of it, I really feel like it still sort of captures those roots of the blues. If you'd like to hear that song, it's going to be released February 27th of 2021. So if you'd like to learn more about the song that we've created here within this community, you can follow along on YouTube, on Instagram, or on Facebook as we do the promotional campaigning. Likewise, after the song is released, I'm also going to be holding a mix contest. Individuals who sign up for the mix contest will then be able to download the multi-tracks, mix and master it on their own, and then submit it into the contest. The winner of the contest is going to get some really cool prizes, and everyone will get to add that to their portfolio. Well, guys, I know that I only really touched the tip of the iceberg today when it came to the blues genre, and I did pick out some specific people that I feel like personally helped to shape this genre. However, I would like to see in the comment section down below if there's any individuals that you feel are notable to mention as well. So until next time, remember, we can dream alone, we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more.